Lugia has made its first day 2 appearance at a Gen 9 regional with the LA Regional Championship, and we're going to be trying out that exact Lugia team and seeing how well it can perform. This is a Lugia team created by Ian, who ended up accomplishing a day 2 at the LA Regional Championship. Fun fact, I actually ended up playing this team and was pretty scared because I didn't think I could actually break through the Lugia, but Lugia is a very threatening Pokemon. While its best stats are its speed and its bulk, it is really hard to knock out, but the thing is, its damage output is very, very sad. However, with Calm Mind, you can stack a boost for its special defense and your special attack, but it does take quite a few Calm Minds to get going. This one's pretty interesting, running the multi-scale with the Covert Cloak just to make sure that you are immune to the fake outs, potential drops from Icy Wind and Electro Web, and can't get flinched by Rock Slide, of course, or Icicle Crash. It has a lot of great utility, and no recovery is the interesting option. Running Protect over any recovery option like Roost or Recover. Running the Terra Fairy because you do have recovery in the Comfey instead. The Comfey support we've seen before with really bulky mons, and Lugia no exception. This one running a support set, running with Trick Room, Full Healing, Draining Kiss, and Protect, running to Terra Water to help out against the water Shifus that can go for the critical hits, bypass any of the screens that you have with the team. Overall, just supporting the Lugia after it's set up a few Calm Minds and has taken damage. You can get that floor healing because you also have the Grassy Terrain Rillaboom. That Grassy Terrain on the Rillaboom allows Comfey to heal for 75% with floor healing if it's in Grassy Terrain, which is absolutely ridiculous, which means you can get that multi-scale back with Lugia, and it's really already hard to break through, and then you have that combination if you're not doing over 75%, can be absolutely ridiculous. And with this team, to mitigate damage output, you have Sableye as well with the dual screens, Will-O-Wisp, and Taunt to shut down opposing taunts, as well as some other options that can scare out Lugia. So it has a really good potential. The Ogerpon Cornerstone for the Follow Me support that can help out in some scenarios, especially against dark types that you can't exactly go for the taunt for with Sableye, as well as helping out with, again, just a backup into like stuff like Encore Whimsicott, which has been pretty common and can actually threaten some pretty big damage into Incineroar for some immediate pressure, as well as the Water Shifu is pretty nice. Finally, the Pelipper here with that Focus Sash, able to just help out support with the Wide Guard for the Calyx Ice Rider, threatening some pretty heavy damage into standard balance with Weather Ball and Hurricane, and it's just a really strong mon to help support. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Zamazenta, Raging Bolt, Qianpao, Ting Lu with Pelipper and the Rillaboom. Alright, so we have Zamazenta, which Lugia does do pretty well against because Zamazenta can't exactly touch Lugia for much damage, but there is the Qianpao and there is the Raging Bolt that I do have to fear. I guess the Ting Lu could be fearful if I Terra because of Fissure. Ruination's also a factor, but I don't think it's too bad with Comfey. I would probably just like to lead some kind of screen setup immediately. I kind of like the Sableye a lot here with the Lugia. And then I think in the back, I really like Comfey. Last Pokemon, Pelipper's not too bad in this matchup, although I don't really know if it's that great. Rillaboom could be brought here, but I don't think... I mean, it could be necessary because Ting Lu is kind of concerning because I can't exactly touch it with Lugia. The damage from Lugia, it's not going to be really impressive into that Pokemon. It might be Rillaboom or it might be the Ogerpon. And I'm trying to figure out which one is probably better in this case. I'm thinking it's probably the Rillaboom. I think it is probably Rillaboom for fake out pressure, but I could definitely see Cornerstone Ogerpon being better. Let's just try it out and see how well it performs, because the idea is just to set up the Lugia if I can, and yeah, it's going to be a long game. It's a Lugia. We're going to be setting up Calm Minds. We're going to be trying to tank attacks through screens. We just can't really afford to lose the Pokemon early on. We're going to see Zamazenta plus Qianpao lead, which perfectly acceptable. Send out the Lugia and the Sableye. Don't know what kind of Zamazenta this is, but a Reflect here is very safe into a Wisp into the Zamazenta the following turn. So I will go for Reflect here, and we will set up a Calm Mind immediately. I could also go for Protect if I need to, but I don't know if the Qianpao is going to target down at the Sableye or not. But Reflect is just such a safe play that I just don't see a problem with it. Except that Reflect, no Terras, which is not too surprising. Gonna be Icicle Crash into, that is a very nice dodge, Lugia. Heavy Slam, but as you can see, it's just not doing any damage. We are able to get a Calm Mind set up with the Lugia. Perfect, 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 perfect. We couldn't flinch. It would have broken multi-scale. It would have done some pretty decent damage, but pretty happy with that turn overall. Let's go for a Willisp and another Calm Mind with the Lugia. And the next turn I can protect, switch to Comfey. So feeling pretty happy about this position. Like that was the best turn one I could have asked for possible. I guess if I still had multi-scale, it'd be even better, but like it's not really too bad. Let's withstand Zamazenta. I would like, even though I could Terra to get rid of the ice typing weakness, I think it's better for me to retain the flying typing because again, I really don't want to deal with Fisher Ting Lu because Fisher Ting Lu is the way I could easily lose this game right out. We will go for a Wisp into Zamazenta, so now it is going to be burned and Reflect. It's not going to do any damage to my team whatsoever. We're going to see the Icicle Crash once again into Lugia, but with Reflect up, I should be pretty okay with that. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. Heavy Slam, but the Lugia is just able to heal back. Nice, get a Calm Mind up with the Lugia. Now we're at +2, which is super ideal. I don't really care if they double up this Sableye slot that's switching to Comfey. I'm just going to go out into Comfey. There really is no reason for me not to. And I'm going to go for a Protect with Lugia. They don't really have a thing that they could do to reposition if I'm not mistaken, because Comfey's Triage just allows me to always get the floor healing off into the Lugia just super safely. The only problem is if I do lose Comfey, that I do lose the healing on Lugia. So I got to be a little bit careful. I do want to get rid of that Xianpao as fast as I possibly can, because Xianpao is probably the biggest threat. It's the enabler. Zamazenta is just not doing any damage to me. So we will protect our Lugia. Crunch. Huh. Okay, so it has Crunch. Heavy Slam into Lugia as well for the double up. Nice. So now we're able to go for the floor healing into Lugia. And just Earth Power to Xianpao, because I'm pretty sure +2 Earth Power should to a KO to Xianpao. So we'll go for the floor healing. And we'll go for the Earth Power. Luckily, Cobra Cloak just makes it so much easier because we don't have to worry about flinches. No defense drops that we have to worry about. There is only one thing we have to worry about, and I'm not going to say it because whenever I say it, it happens. We don't do that. So just spam floor healing, just super safe. If they want to go for the Comfey slot, the Lugia just gets free healing, which is fantastic. And then I can protect Comfey the next turn. And the Xianpao will be in range of a potential Draining Kiss the following turn. Let's see how much this Earth Power does first. They go for Crash. Yeah, we're just able to heal up so much. They go for Heavy Slam, double up once again. And basically we got 1 HP back. I think that was 1 HP back. Earth Power going to come out into Xianpao. Might be in Draining Kiss range realistically. I don't know if I really want to go for it, but it's definitely an option. I am just going to go for the floor healing, and realistically, do I want to just... I just want to Earth Power. Yeah, just Earth Power. Like, the Zamazenta's just not doing any damage, and that's what's really nice, is this team's really good into it. We're going to see the switch out, and if they play passive, they just, like... I just get free healing. Ting Lu going to come out, but Earth Power is just going to KO the Xianpao anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. They are going to Terra because they're probably hoping... Please, 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 please go for Draining Kiss and let me KO the Lugia. That's what they're hoping for, I think, here. Yep, as they go for Terra Ghost because it's scared Draining Kiss. But I always go for Floor Healing because they did have that Terra Ghost option. And they went for Ting Lu to weaken that power to Draining Kiss even further. So Floor Healing, there's no reason not to go for it. Like, it's as pretty much safe play across the board. Let's go Crash. Nice. And we can't flinch because of Covert Cloak. And we don't have to worry about the Xianpao. So that is awesome. Getting rid of Xianpao is very nice. That's also their Terra option gone. Zamazenta's burned. And now we just have to see what the... I guess what's coming out afterward. Terra-wise, I might Terra the... I have a few options to Terra. Zamazenta going to come out, which is fine. Which has a screen I have left? 3... Perfect. I'm going to go for Floor Healing into the Lugia. I'm just going to go for... I need another Calm Mind. I think I'd rather just get damage at this point. I'm just going to spam Aeroblast. Into the Zamazenta, I guess, because I don't really have to target the Tinglu until I'm forced to with Rillaboom later. I guess I could have Earth Powered the Zamazenta. It doesn't really change too much here. Heavy Slam into Comfey. Is this double Heavy Slam here? Aeroblast. Oh, we get the critical hit with Aeroblast, so that's another reason. They actually do have double Heavy Slam here. All right. So Comfey actually takes a pretty big chunk, but we are able to heal back with our Berry. And now we just go for an Earth Power Protect. Yeah, Earth Power Protect seems super safe. Actually, no, I'd rather go into Sableye. The reason I'd rather go Sableye is because I can get like a light screen up if its Bolt is the last Pokemon. I go for the Earth Power, I go for a light screen afterward, and then I just don't really see how they're breaking through Lugia. Like, it's already been super tough. I also wonder what the full moveset on the Tinglu is, because we actually don't know the full moveset. Because we've only seen Heavy Slam. I assume Heavy Slam saw me Tantrum, Ruination, and then one other move. Heavy Slam in the Lugia, sure. Maybe they... I don't think I revealed Protect, so maybe they were like, okay, just in case he Protect, Earth Power comes out into the Zamazenta. Are we going to see a Ruination? Nope, they go for Heavy Slam because they want to get rid of the healing. Let's see, are you Raging Bolt in the back? Which is what I'm assuming. That is Raging Bolt in the back, yep. And what's nice about the Tinglu is the fact that you're weakening your own Raging Bolt's damage output. So I will set up a light screen here. We will go for a Earth Power into the Raging Bolt. And again, if we can get rid of Raging Bolt, Rillaboom just sweeps the Tinglu. So this is the power of like how we can outbulk teams. Like this Sableye Lugia is also really good into that into Xian Paoli, which was very popular, especially at the beginning of the format. Earth Power gonna come out. Not that much damage. I wonder if that's a Assault Vest. I can't tell. Thunderbolt gonna come out into Sableye, but doesn't really change too much. They go for Throat Chop into Sableye, which will pick up the knockout. So it has Throat Chop, so it has a move that can actually touch Lugia. All right. Reflect wears off, but it's not really too much of a concern. I think I always want to go Comfey and click Protect. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Comfey and click Protect and Earth Power the Bolt. I'm just trying to play around a Fissure game as much as possible, because if the Tinglu has Fissure, decides to click Fissure into my Rillaboom immediately, and then they super luck me with the Raging Bolt critting everything, I could theoretically lose. So just gonna protect the Comfey. I know that Lugia shouldn't go down to anything other than maybe one crit, but even if they crit me here, then I still have options. Thunderbolt. Look at that damage. +2, light screen, Heavy Slam, perfect. I Terra Grass on my Rillaboom? No, I'm Terra Fire, so yeah, I could Terra to Comfey. I always floor healing. Actually, no, I don't have a reason to save Comfey here. Like, I always get the floor healing off. That means Thunderclap crit can't knock me out. I mean, it can't even knock me out, I think, with the Tinglu on the field. So floor healing, get back all the HP on the multi-scale. They do go for the Thunderclap, but there's no chance Lugia is giving you. Earth Power will eliminate the Raging Bolt. Remove it from play so Rillaboom can clean up the Tinglu, because now I can go for like fake out Earth Power into Woodhammer and I should get the knockout. They go for Throat Chop. Yeah, crit. They need a double crit there. I don't think Thunderclap crit was going to do it. I think they needed maybe Throat Chop crit, but no, Throat Chop wasn't even going to be enough. They needed a double crit there. Full healing. I guess we're just going to spam damage at this, but technically I could go for Calm Mind, but realistically, just when Rillaboom comes in and clicks Woodhammer into this final slot, like I'm guaranteed to win. They can't win on timer or anything. So either Rillaboom or Ogerpon was going to be good in this matchup. I brought Rillaboom because fake out pressure, but also like the extra healing from floor healing I felt like could have been a factor, because in grassy terrain gained to 75% into Lugia could have mattered. But yes. Very nice, Lugia. Very nice. Kyogre, Tornadus, or Shifu for Rigraff, Cornerstone, Ogerpon, and Fluttermane. Kyogre is a bit of a weird one. Paired with Rigraff, this is gonna be a hard one. Gonna be a hard one. Let's see, how do I want to approach this matchup? Screens probably sounds good to me. With Sableye, Rillaboom actually is probably like a really good lead here. Because under light screen, the Rillaboom going to be able to take attacks just fine. Can force a Terra from the Kyogre, which would be really good. The bag is what's concerning me. I think I need Lugia for sure. And then I think Comfey is needed. Although Cornerstone might be good, but I just don't think it's great. Terra-wise, probably going to Terra either the Comfey or the Lugia. It's probably going to be... It depends on if they actually bring Cornerstone or not, I think. Because if they bring Cornerstone, I think I have to Terra the Lugia. If they don't bring Cornerstone, I could probably afford to Terra my Comfey. But we'll see. Going to be Torn Kyogre. It's not too surprising as the lead. Versus Sableye Rillaboom. So I have the Grassy Surge and quite a few other things I can do. I have no idea what their Terra is though, so I don't know if it's water or grass. I'm setting up a light screen turn 1. I don't want to fake out. I either want to go for Wood Hammer or U-turn. Probably better. Do I think this is Terra Grass or not? They have a lot of priority blockers. You know what? I'm just gonna Wood Hammer. This might be Terra Water. We're gonna see the Kyogre retreat. I have a feeling that's Terra Water if they're going for like a retreat like this. What's coming in for Rigraff on the Grassy Glide potential? That makes sense. So we will go for a light screen, which is actually pretty good here. Bleak Wind, but Rillaboom able to tank that extremely well. Wood Hammer gonna come out of Rigraff. Really good damage, actually. Wow. I ended up taking a lot more damage than I expected, though. Okay, now it's where it's gonna get a bit weird here. I'm gonna set up my Reflects, and I'm gonna go out into Lugia, I think. Not much else I can really do here. The problem is the team, unless I brought Ogerpon, I didn't exactly have the best damage output against the Torn. So maybe Cornerstone Ogerpon might have been better. They go for Helping Hand or more powerful Bleak Winds, which makes sense. I am able to get a Reflect off. I'm just trying to figure out if this is Taunt Torn or not. Sableye survives. I probably want to keep it around just because it can be a sack for later to reposition. So I'm gonna go in a Comfey and I'm gonna attempt to Calm Mind. I don't know if this is Taunt on the Torn. If it's not Taunt Torn, this probably makes the game a lot easier, but we'll see. Comfey. It is Taunt, so I'm not too surprised. Alright. And Calm Mind. They go for Dazzling Gleam. Alright. I'm going for Flow Healing into my Lugia, and I'm going to go for an Aeroblast into the Farigiraf then. Although maybe I should start targeting the Torn. I mean, there's a lot of angles I can approach this. Like, do I want to target the Farigiraf or do I target the Torn? If I give it a Farigiraf, that means the Kyogre can't rely on the priority blocking. They are going to retreat, so this might be the Kyogre. No, it's Ogerpon. Huh. Alright, I'll take that. I'm able to heal back with the Lugia. Get my multi-scale back. They go for Taunt into Comfey. Makes sense. Aeroblast into the Ogerpon. Not bad damage, actually. That's actually not bad damage. Alright, Comfey. I think I'm just gonna stay in. I need damage across the board anyway coming up. I wouldn't want to sack just yet. I think I'm just gonna target down to Torn. Draining Kiss Aeroblast. which I think is a pretty okay play. Like, I was okay with expending the Terra on my Lugia in this game, because I don't need to Terra Water on the Comfey. The Sableye I'm never going to Terra, so this is probably my best Terra option. And Rillaboom I just don't think I'm ever clicking Terra for, because I would like the grass typing. A Spiky Shit, which is actually really good for me because I doubled up the Torn, because I'm trying to get rid of the Taunt user. So they're just going for a Bleak Wind, I suppose. Draining Kiss. That's actually some pretty good damage. It might be Focus Sash Torn, which is pretty frail then. Nice. And because we do have the losing of the flying type, I'm going to be able to get my multi-scale back through the terrain, which is actually really nice. Rain stops. This is the last turn of terrain. Oh, I don't get my multi-scale back, but, you know, kind of close enough. Lugia shakes up the taunt. Grass disappears from the battlefield, but it's acceptable. Do I want to go into Sableye, I guess is the question. I feel like I would live a... I don't know. I feel like I would live an Ivy Cudgel plus Bleak Wind, but it depends on the speed order here. I think the best play is just to Draining Kiss the Ogerpon and just go for an Aeroblast into Torn. Maybe it's into Ogerpon. Actually, no, it's into Ogerpon. Get that kiss, get some healing from that kiss. They go for Taunt into Lugia again. Perfect. They go for Ivy Cudgel. Is that also? No, they did target Comfey. Yep. Actually, I took that a lot better than I expected. I guess with Reflect, but I was not anticipating to take it that well. Works out well for me because I'm able to get a free Aeroblast off into the Ogerpon. Now it's in Draining Kiss range. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Am I still taunted? I am. Which is a-okay by me. I'm going to go for a Draining Kiss. I'm going to target down to Torn. The thing is, even though we haven't really gotten much damage across the board, like, still pretty good. I'm going to Draining Kiss into Earth Power to Ogerpon. If they go for Rigraff, I don't really care too much about it because I either get an Earth Power knockout and a Ogerpon, which is kind of nice. Like, this is still a pretty solid position. There is a world where I can also go for the healing with my Rillaboom by going for Flow of Healing. They Spiky Shit, which is a-okay too. Like, I don't mind that at all. Because I get a position where I can Draining Kiss the Torn twice and prevent a taunt in the future turns. So this is actually really good for me. They go for Bleak Wind, but because there's no rain, it's inaccurate. They miss the Comfey, which is beautiful. Like, all of their things other than Kyogre is weakened, so they really have to protect the Kyogre now. Comfey shakes off the taunt. How many turns of... Last turn of Light Screen, a few turns of Reflect. Okay. I think I just protect the Comfey, and I'm just going to go for a... Aeroblast? Or do I want to Earth? I want to Earth Power to Ogerpon, actually. I could get rid of the Torn, but the thing is, I think Farigrav's coming in for one of the slots. And I think you're either... Yeah, Ogerpon's going to retreat into Farigiraf. The thing is, weakening Farigiraf is still really good for me, because now everything's in range of an Earth Power from Lugia other than Kyogre. But everything's in range of getting knocked out in the future turns, so this works out well for me. Because I am able to protect the Comfey. We are going to see a taunt come out into the Comfey, which is not too surprising because they want to deny the flow of healing. And I will get an Earth Power off into the Farigiraf. Light Screen wears off, which is fine. I'm actually going to switch on to Sableye, trying to take advantage here. And I'm going to Earth Power to Farigiraf because I'm trying to get Light Screen back up in this game for the future turns. If you Bleak Wind, good play on your part, but then I get a free switch to Rillaboom, and hopefully Farigiraf has gone down, so I'd be able to Earth Power. I could Draining Kiss the Torn if I want to, so I could like guarantee either the Torn goes down or the Farigiraf goes down. Unless the Farigiraf revealed Protect, I don't remember if it did. I remember showing Dazzling Gleam, but otherwise I don't remember. But yeah, they're kind of in a tough spot. Comfey gonna retreat. So the Torn didn't switch out. Sableye comes in. They taunt my Lugia, which is a-okay by me. Because Lugia, by the time I've gotten this game through, like, the thing is, like, I don't need Calm Minds really in this game anymore. We're gonna get the KO here onto the Farigiraf. Reflector is off, but I'm about to get a light screen. This is so scary, don't get me wrong. Like, this game is nowhere near over, but I'm definitely feeling more confident in this position than anything. I'm gonna set up my light screen, because we guarantee the light screen here. And I think I'm gonna take the knockdown of Torn. If Protect, it's a bit weird, but I think it's still playable. Yeah. We're gonna see the Terra, so I think this is gonna be Terra Water. Yep, okay. That's where it goes. But thankfully, we do have a light screen that is about to be active. You go for Bleak Wind? Oh, this is a single target spell. I mean, this is still okay. Yeah, this is still okay. Water Spout into the Lugia. Oh my goodness, that actually picked up the knockout, jeez. Alright, I am okay with that. The reason is, I still think because of that light screen, it's going to be a really big deal. Because now we go out into Rillaboom and Comfey. The Farigiraf's gone, so we can fake out the Kyogre and we can Draining Kiss the Torn. If they have double protect, it's a bit awkward, I think. But I still think very playable. We have 5 turns of Grassy Surge or Grassy Terrain to work with. We go for fake out into the Kyogre. I don't know if that's specs. That's the problem. I just don't know if that's specs. Like Draining Kiss the Torn and fake out the Ogre. So I think we'll be fine because Flora Healing will go before Follow Me. And that's the big part because we can get a Rillaboom back to full with Flora Healing every single time. And with Light Screen, those stacks are really incredible. If this is Specs Kyogre, we'll find out, I guess. We will find out. But I think I win if it is Specs. Do I? I mean, it's locked into Water Spout, so I think I do. They retreat the Kyogre, so they're sacking the Ogre Pond. That's fantastic for me. And no protects. I win the game, yeah. So I Draining Kiss, knock out the Torn. I get the fake out into the Ogre Pond. That should pick up the knockout, I think, at that range. I'm pretty sure it does. Right? It was like a 1 or something. Yeah. Okay, Ogre Pond goes down. I click Floral Healing, heal 75% in Grassy Terrain onto my Rillaboom, click Grassy Glide into Kyogre, and then as long as no super mega BS, I win the game. So I did have to set up right. I needed the damage on the Farigiraf. I saw what they were trying to go for across. Like, the thing is, this is a problem I have with Kyogre. It takes so much freaking setup for it to get one Water Spout off this entire game. Grassy Glide, Floral Healing, the Rillaboom. So we can't lose to like Origin Pulse crit, I don't think knocks out. We have Light Screen as well on top, so there's just so much in our favor right now. Grassy Glide almost picks up the knock on Kyogre. I could have Draining Kiss. They go for the Water Spout because they're just hoping that I go for a Wood Hammer throw and hoping to probably crit the Rillaboom. That Water Spout, like my Kyogre. It's so sad what they've done to you this gen. It's so sad. And now we go for Grassy Glide. How many turns of terrain are left? 3? Yeah, I don't think I have to trick him till later. A farewell kiss. Goodbye, Kyogre. It was nice knowing you. And yeah, it's actually funny. I didn't call mine up with Lugia, I think, at once, but because my opponent had so many passive tools to set up the Kyogre and just couldn't find a position to set up Kyogre at all, I just ended up being in a better spot. Koraidon, Chi-Yu, Fluttermane, Whimsicott, Raging Bolt, Gothitelle. This is... I know Gothitelle, Raging Bolt, Whimsicott, Koraidon did really well at the LA Regional Championship. I don't remember if this is the exact 6 or not. This is going to be a little bit tough because they do have a lot of trapping that is involved here. So I do have a... I mean, they can't really break their Terra Fairy on the Lugia, but they do have Encore Whims, so I do have to respect that. I do have to respect that. I think this game, I would like the Sableye. I would like the Lugia. Do I need Comfey? I probably do, because the damage output's really scary. The thing is, I could definitely see myself not going Comfey, but I would probably just lose to getting really out damaged, wouldn't I? I think I am tearing Lugia in this matchup. The question is, am I bringing Cornerstone Ogre? I think I do need Comfey. The question is, am I bringing the Follow Me support or am I bringing the Rain? I feel like I would want Rain. Follow Me would be nice for the Encore Whimsicott, which that's the only mon I'm like really terrified about. But I think I could play around it. I just don't know if I'm going to be setting up Calm Minds a lot, or am I just going to try to get damage? Because if they give me an opportunity to get like big damage on the Whimsicott immediately to knock it out, I could set up Calm Mind in the mid game and it wouldn't be bad. We're going to see Chi-Yu and Raging Bolt. Okay. That is a lot of offensive pressure immediately. All right. Ogerpon would have been nice, but I don't think it's too bad. I'm just going to set up my light screen immediately. I'm going to go for the Terra. I'm going to set up my Calm Mind. Don't have to worry about Snarls. Don't have to worry about Electrowebs. This could be into the Whimsicott. If they do go Whimsicott, it probably means they're not taking knockout unless they go for Volt Switch Heat Wave into Sableye. Does that pick up the knockout? I guess it would depend on the item as well on the Chi-Yu, but we will tear our Lugia. All right, let's see what they decide to go for. I don't even know a +1 Earth Power knocks out Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu has pretty decent bulk. We will go for the light screen. Heat Wave does come out. Sableye actually takes it really well. So it's not specs. We are able to get a Calm Mind up with Lugia. All right. What's the Bolt doing? It is Volt Switch, I imagine, into the Whimsicott. We are able to survive the turn, which is actually really crucial. So, Koraidon, no Whimsicott. That's actually really big for me. Huh. I want to go Pelipper? I might really want to go Pelipper here. And just Earth Power to Chi-Yu. I think that's worth it. I guess I didn't bring Whimsicott then, so that means I don't have to worry about Encore locking. I would like to take the Chi-Yu if possible. I don't know if this is going to be Terra Fire or Terra or not, so I think it's better to go Pelipper. This could be a double out for the Koraidon, but oh, they protect. Okay, that's even better for me because the Rain means it's just not doing any damage. They go for a Heat Wave, but with the Rain, the Covert Cloak preventing a burn on the Lugia, I get an Earth Power off into the Chi. Fantastic damage. This is definitely a perfect time to go Comfey here and get an Earth Power off into the Koraidon, which is probably switching out into the Raging Bolt. I could also Calm Mind again, but I don't think I need it because with the Beads of Ruin, I'll probably be able to two-shot the Bolt anyway. So I'm looking really good. And then I think, I don't know if Chi is in Draining Kiss range. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. But right now, looking like a fantastic spot. This Lugia is really looking to get to KO here, which I very much appreciate. I want to make sure that I still have Rain available because it's going to be like really important for later parts. Chi-Yu switches out. Is it Scarf Chi-Yu? Raging Bolt switches on that slot. Did Koraidon attack? There's no way Koraidon attacked here. Yeah, there's no way. Whimsicott? No, Fluttermane. Okay, yeah, so they didn't bring it. So I can Calm Mind again, and it's looking really rough for them to actually pick up a knockout. It could be Taunt Fluttermane, but it's not. I don't think it is. Maybe Perish. Perish would be annoying. Good damage on the Flutter Mane. I'm gonna go for a protect with Comfey. Actually, do I have a reason to protect with Comfey? Can't I just set up Trick Room? I don't really have a reason to set up Trick Room. I don't really need it. Actually, no, there's no reason to set up Trick Room. I'm just gonna Calm Mind and protect the Comfey. If they have Perish, then it's gonna get really weird, but I don't know if they are Perish on this team. It would make sense though, but they didn't bring Gothitelle. Let's see, do you actually go for Perish Song? Do you actually have Perish? No, they just went for Moonblast. Okay, that's really ideal. Into the Comfey because they want to deny healing. So we set up a Calm Mind with Lugia. It should be Koraidon with the Volt. Oh, they Volt Switch in and Comfey as well. Okay, super ideal. I don't need the floor healing yet. Trying to figure out how this position works. Do I want a Draining Kiss or do I want a floor healing? Because they're going to break multi-scale anyway, potentially. I wonder Draining Kiss... I wonder if Aeroblast KOs. I don't think it does in a Flutter Mane. I'm actually going to go for a Draining Kiss and Aeroblast in a Flutter Mane. Because I'm going to see if it tries to pick up the knockout at that range. I'm hoping it does. Because then I can flow healing the next turn into Lugia. Why'd you Moonblast crit me through the light screen? I mean, I would have... Oh my... There's no way, but... That is one of the weaknesses of running Lugia, my friends. Or like anything super bulky, I suppose. But come on, did they really crit me into Beavising? What is this, a 95% accurate move? Chiyu. I think I'm losing to the Koraidon in the end game. I got a Sableye. Okay. They retreat to Chiyu. Are they going out? Where are you going out into? Raging Bolt again? Okay. Get a Reflect up. You're gonna Moonblast, take the knock on Sableye. Not much I can do about that one. At least I got the Reflect up, so maybe I can do something with the Lugia. I finally hit the Aeroblast. I'm pretty sure this KO'd at +2. Yep. All right. Rain stops, but I'm going to summon it again. But they also have Sun, so it's not that big of a deal. To you. All right. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to go for Protect with the Pelipper. I'm going to go for an Earth Power into the Raging Bolt because we're going to try to take advantage of Beats of Ruin. This could be a Koraidon swap for either one. I could see Chiyu swapping out into the Koraidon because it would absorb the Earth Power. I could see them not switch. And if they not switch, that's fine too. It's just a complicated spot that I really didn't need. They still have Terra involved. I assume they're going to save that for Koraidon in the end. No switches. Protect some Pelipper. Arc Pulse, but are they trying to flinch? They crit me again. It's not really, but these are really bad crits, by the way. These are really bad crits. Earth Power, good. I have Cobra Cloak. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I still think I lose realistically. I'm gonna Earth Power Wide Guard because I want to avoid the Thunderclap. I don't even know if I left Flare Blitz under Reflected. We're probably not. I need to avoid the Thunderclap here on the Pelipper. Yep. And then I don't know what she used. Clicking Dark Pulse in the same slot. Yeah, there wasn't really. I guess I should have went for. Oh, Pelipper survives because of Light Screen. Okay. Earth Power picks up the knockout into the Raging Bolt. Light Screen wears off, unfortunately. I think this might be a guaranteed wrap here. All because, oh, there were two factors. If they didn't crit me, it was okay. If they didn't dodge Aeroblast, I still think Aeroblast would have, I mean, it bought them a turn, which was actually pretty valuable because I could have got 2 knockouts in that time. I feel like you should just double up the Lugia. Actually, you can't really double up the Lugia. All right. I didn't reveal Protect this game. I'm hoping they're overheating, Flare Blitzing that slot. I mean, that's my hope. I think I have to hope that they throw. And if they do go for a Heat Wave, I hope they miss the Heat Wave on Pelipper. Because I probably had to dodge a move enemy from the Chi realistically to win this game. So Koraidon's going to go for the Terra, which is not too surprising. All right, the first time I revealed Protect on Lugia in this game. Let's see if it matters. They Dark Pulse the Pelipper. I think realistically, also because of the Dark Pulse crit from earlier, like there was no chance I think I was living. I couldn't have risked that either. The Earth Power to Koraidon, I guess. They're going to Dark Pulse for the guaranteed, I suppose. If I live Flare Blitz, I'll be amazed. But this is Sun boosted. They have the attack boost. Look, I'm just saying, in a world where one of those things didn't happen with the Aeroblast or the miss, a completely different game. Unfortunately, we did not get that world. All right, let's go over to games. In game 1, Lugia behind screens was a monster, absorbing attacks, and then after a few calm minds, was able to blow away my opponent's team. In game 2, I wasn't able to set up calm minds, but my opponent was always in a weird limbo as the Kyogre couldn't come in safely with the threat of my Rillaboom. I was able to make several calls to reduce my opponent's threats to Rillaboom and have it healed up to handle the Kyogre in the endgame. In game 3, very unfortunate game, but that's how it rolls sometimes. If I didn't get crit or landed the Aeroblast, it was looking very good, but both happening resulted in a loss as losing Comfey while my opponent still had resources remaining was a bit too much to handle. Overall, Lugia, very fun team. It does require a lot of patience and setup, but it is able to do a lot if your opponent isn't able to capitalize and knock out the Lugia quick enough. And overall, it is extremely hard to get rid of Lugia. The downsides, of course, there is RNG involved, especially with critical hits that you always have to roll for, which is the downside of using a really bulky screens team. And of course, no immediate offensive pressure other than like Pelipper, maybe a Woodhammer from the Rillaboom and the Cornerstone Ogerpon, but that's really it. And those aren't exactly the most damaging moves at the start of a game, so you really are relying on the Lugia. And if you aren't set up with Lugia, and the thing is, it takes multiple calm minds to start actually doing damage with Lugia. If you are playing the slow game and you aren't able to set up quick enough or able to actually dish out enough damage by the time your opponent's ready, it can be really hard to actually come back in the game. If you'd like to try out the team, you can check it out with the rental code on your screen. Hopefully it is still available by the time that this video comes out, but otherwise you can check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.